Hi everyone, I'm JD from Lowbound Journals and I have another thrift haul to share with you today. I went to 2 op shops and I also went back to the book bonanza at the Proserpine Museum. I shared a video earlier on my channel about how I got an 18 book haul from the book bonanza on opening day for their fundraiser. And it's an annual fundraiser, so I definitely want to go back next year as well. There wasn't as much this second time around when I went. I picked up 3 books, and those books were, let me grab them. It was this one, and now I'm actually going to get a bit confused because I actually we went to 2 op shops and now I can't remember which ones came from where. So I think that it must have been, yeah, that one came from there. That was an op shop by op shop, and I think it was this one. I'm going to go with that one. So yes, these 3 I'm pretty sure I got at Book Bonanza. So there's this one here, some florals, because I didn't really get any florals last time. So I went to the gardening section and I was on the lookout for some botanical images. And this one I think can just be beautiful pages in a journal. So it's a nice smaller size. Then this one, the reason I got this one was because it has these sort of month or week pages, like a diary almost, but I like this side as well, so I can definitely put that into a signature. So, you know, got this side with the lines and space for writing, and then the other side with space for, you know, some are prettier than others, but it's just got information, and some have kind of nice illustrations. I thought especially for my journals where I want to go by month or season, then that would be good. So it goes through the entire year. So I thought I could pull out lots of pages from this as well. And then finally I got this one. This was in the children's book section, and I just really liked the vintage illustrations, sort of that muted color tone, and I loved especially the nature and bird, and especially the floral part is where I thought I would use these pages in particular. Like, look at this, really cool. The mushrooms even, love this page here. So yeah, thought that would be good to use in nature themed journals or botanical. The second half I'm not really into, but you know, I could definitely put that into children's books, children's journals, or I do like this picture, might put that in my personal journal actually, and maybe in some vintage journals or my found journals, so definitely can use those. Alright, so now I'll get into what I got at the op shops, and the first thing I want to share with you is this wooden spice rack slash letter holder organizer. So I really love that. I've been on the lookout for a spice rack for a very long time. It's not the best wood, so I'm thinking of painting over it, or a layer of varnish just to shine it up a bit, because I still like the wood color. Maybe stain it. I'm not sure. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Or I was either going to paint it white or maybe teal, or, you know, my favorite color, light blue or aqua colors. Maybe do some chalk paint with metallic turquoisey paint, not sure yet, but for now I'm even just happy using it like this, and I'll play around with what I put in there. Maybe some glitter jars or jars full of sequins, or my paints could go in here, my paint bottles, or even just my vintage ephemera, like display my vintage postcards and bigger pieces in here. So I'm not sure, what would you use this for? What would you put in there? I am curious to know. All right, so the next thing I got, I'll go through the books, I guess, and I'm not going to remember which one came from which op shop, but I will give you an overview to kind of show you the types of things I look for when I go thrifting. And I do have a video walking you through some of those shops. Not sure when that will go up, if it's already up or coming up later. But because I got that Beatrix Potter book last time from the museum fundraiser, this one here, I am inspired to make some Beatrix Potter journals and feature. I've always wanted to make some out of her illustrations because I really do enjoy the illustrations. It's just that Beatrix Potter was never something I personally grew up with, so I don't have any sentimental connection to it the way that I do with, for example, Snugglepot and Cuddle Pie, or even Winnie the Pooh I watched more than I did Beatrix Potter. So I totally get why people love this book and have such sentimental feelings towards it. But just because I don't have that, I'm not especially drawn to making Peter Rabbit journals or Beatrix Potter journals, but because I love the illustrations so much, and I did watch it a little bit, so I have a little bit of a connection to it. I've always wanted to make some journals. It just was never a priority, but now I can. So I'll be on the lookout for the other books from Beatrix Potter too now. And I love the small size because I can include that in signatures of journals just as is. That's perfect. Again, I was really looking for botanical books this time, so I found this one as well. And it's just got quotes and lovely florals. So quotes are always handy to put in journals, lovely sentiments, and I thought I could put those into botanical journals as is again, because it's quite a small page size. I might have to trim off a little bit here, but most of the quotes are inside, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to use all of those pages as well. So there we go, there's that one. Then Monet. So if you follow my channel for a while, you know that I really love Monet's paintings. I studied the Impressionists a little bit when I was in high school taking year 12 art, and I modelled my final project, creative project, on the Impressionists and doing watercolour. And so Monet was my favourite Impressionist, and look at these 2 pages at the front and back. I was like, even just for those 2 pages, that would make great pages in a signature. And then I thought I would make a Monet book. And look at this, when I got home and flipped through it properly, I found it has these vellum pages. They're going to look amazing in journals. So I'm excited to make a Monet themed journal, or a few Monet themed journals, and just see what I come up with. So I like this as well. I can use those, but it has this, like the photography. I might have to make myself a Monet journal as well. I was looking for the water lilies. I've only skimmed through this book so far, but water lilies was my favorite of his works. I love the bridge as well, and a lot of his, like, look at that, beautiful. I love his garden. My dream garden might be his. Like, I was thinking maybe I could use that as a cover of a journal. I like the illustrations too. Like, look at this, beautiful. Anyway, so I'm gonna have fun doing some Monet journals. Then this one is another sort of floral book, and I mostly got it just for these pages. So there's a whole bunch of these colour illustrations scattered throughout. These ones not really fussed about, probably won't use them, but these here, there's quite a lot of them throughout. So they're exactly what I'm kind of looking for. Floral colour illustrations are my thing. My favourite thing to use in journals. So just, it even comes with a little bookmark, a bit of ephemera, so I can make use of this. I'll probably just pull all those out so this doesn't take up too much space on my shelf. So yeah, that's that one. So lots of floral books. Speaking of florals, I picked up this pack of floral napkins, so I can make some of my floral napkin envelopes, maybe some pockets, good to put into journals. Brilliant. Really excited about these scrapbook papers, but before I get to those, let's just share a bit of the unexciting things, or less exciting things, even though this one I was very happy with this find, because I'm always on the lookout for writing pages that have some sort of interest, and this is comic book layout page. So you could put a photo here and journal about it. That's how I would use it anyway. So I would actually probably trim off that and just fold this in half, put it into a journal, And aren't these perfect journaling pages? It even says notes here, so you can write down notes about the photo. Like, obviously there's other ways you could use it. To draw, you could sketch a little picture there, put a little fabric sample there. I mean, I could make a whole journal just with pages with this for myself, and that would be maybe like a good 100-day project type thing to do. Okay, I'm actually getting inspired. Or even like a reading journal, put the cover of the book and write notes about the book. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited right now. I think I might have to save some of these pages for my own journal. Yay! All right, how would you use this book? Let me know in the comments as well. What would you use this for you personally, if you were to fill in all those squares? All right, and then I tend to pick up just plain exercise books with different types of lines, because I use these to coffee dye to give that variety in journals of all different page types. I've got 2 of those ones, and then I've got this one here with the graph paper, and then this one's similar, but it has the lines at the bottom, and these are like school books that I used to use when I was back in school. So they're handy just to coffee dye. And then, all right, this is so exciting. Scrapbook paper can be so expensive, and when I find it in op shops, like good ones, sometimes you find some and they're just like not the colors I would use. But these, I have used these in the past. I was so excited when I saw these, and I've made journals out of these, like covers from these. They're great to make tags, great to cut up into journal cards, great to use as pages and ephemera. So I'm going to have so much fun using this paper pad for sure. I made a travel journal one time using these as the front and back cover. I cut these up as ephemera. Sewing journal I probably made with that. Vintage journals, perfect. This is going to be so useful, and most of the pages are still there. And then this one, I picked up this as well, and not as much paper that I could use. This one I could definitely use, but you know, I can definitely, like this one I'm not really into. You know, I can definitely use them if I want as pages, but like I probably wouldn't use that. I could definitely cut up all of those, make little journal cards with that. I love this one. So there's some good ones in here that I like. So love it. And then look at this. So most of the pages were in this pack as well. And the front pages are kind of shimmery. They call it pearlized. So that's really, really pretty. I can see this being put into like a wedding journal or engagement theme journal, which I am collecting things for at the moment. So all the first pages are shimmery, which is very fascinating. So I can make, again, journal covers out of these pages. I love these. Grid paper is one of my favorite types of papers for writing space. So then we get into the non-shiny paper, and all of this is quite useful. Like, it's just, look at that. It's a neutral paper. Okay, I won't use that one. That's not my colors. But like these, perfect. Like the corkboard, that's really fun. I love wood. Anything with the wood, especially with the white wood, I really enjoy. This, like, love. You can use it for writing space, writing space, writing space. So all handy, can use it all. And then I saw this one. I've gotten this in the past, like full price from a proper shop selling craft supplies. But when I found it for $2 at an op shop, I was like, yeah, I can use that. I just use these as pages. So it's like nice having craft paper in journals, and just adds that variety, different page types. So it can work for vintage journals. So not as many pages in there, but I can make use of all of those. And then I just got a pack. It was just like $1 for a pack of however many. Couldn't see inside because it was all bundled up. So when I got home, I was able to look through, and there's some nice ones that I can use as pages or even as covers. So I really like these ones here. Quite interesting. So I picked the blue pack. They had other packs in different colors. Like, this is quite nice. Don't mind these. It's a lovely color. And then there's some stock, you know, blue paper. Oh, and this one too. This is a bit of a thicker card. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this whole video. Let me know what your favorite item was and maybe how you would use some of the pieces. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who have supported my channel and Willow Bound Journals in June going into July. I could not do this without you. Thank you so much for believing in what I do. I'm so thankful for you from the bottom of my heart. Patreon is where you get access to my extra videos, including the journal making series videos, plus printables, and depending on your tier, mail sent to you. So if you'd like to become a patron, feel free to check out the description box below for the link. If you'd like to support my channel by becoming a member of my channel, you can also do that simply by clicking the join button. And yeah, check out the description box below for all the places you can find me and contact me, and for all the courses that I run and creative workshops as well.